Chapter 1. Two Hearts, One Dream. It all began at Harmony University, a lively campus full of dreamers and distractions. Among them were Daniel and Adewora, two final-year students who were inseparable. Daniel was a quiet but focused young man from a humble background. He studied mechanical engineering and had a passion for innovation. Adewora, on the other hand, was studying international relations, and she was bright, outgoing, and full of hope. They met in the campus library one rainy afternoon. Adewora had come in drenched, clutching a pile of books. Daniel, ever the gentleman, offered her his spare handkerchief, and that small act of kindness sparked a connection neither of them expected. From then on, they became best friends, studying together, eating together, and eventually falling in love. Their friends called them the perfect pair, because Daniel's calm steadiness balanced Adewora's vibrant energy so well. Chapter 2. The Big Opportunity. As graduation approached, life began to take shape for both of them. Daniel received a job offer in Lagos, while Adewora was shortlisted for a master's scholarship in Canada. When she first told Daniel about her opportunity, he smiled, but deep down, his heart tightened with worry. "That's amazing, Ada," he said softly. "You deserve it," even though he already felt the distance growing in his mind. Adewora hugged him tightly, desperate to ease his fear. "We'll make it work, Daniel," she insisted. "Love can survive distance, right?" He nodded, trying his best to believe her words. They spent their last months together cherishing every moment, including late-night walks, shared meals, prayers, and promises. On the night before she left, Daniel gave her a bracelet engraved with the words, "No matter where you go, my heart goes with you." She smiled through tears and said, "Then promise me, no matter what happens, we'll wait for each other." He promised. Chapter 3. Miles Apart. At first, everything was perfect between them. They video-called almost every night, and Adewora would show Daniel the snowy streets of Canada while he'd tease her about her accent changing. But as the months passed, reality began to weigh heavily on them. Time zones made communication harder. Daniel would be sleeping when Adewora was awake, and vice versa. She started getting busier with her studies and part-time job, and sometimes days went by without a single text, which made Daniel begin to feel lonely. His friends noticed Daniel's mood changing after the long silence. "Guy, you're in Lagos, surrounded by fine girls, and you're still stuck on one Canadian babe?" his friend Bayo teased him. "It's not about girls, bro. It's about keeping my word to Adewora." Even his faithfulness began to tremble a little when the loneliness became too heavy to bear. Chapter 4. The Third Person. One evening, Daniel met Amara, a new female colleague at his office. She was kind, funny, and supportive, always checking up on him during the day. Their friendship grew naturally, though Daniel kept insisting to himself it was just work stuff. Meanwhile, Adewora met Kyle, a classmate who helped her adjust to life abroad. He was thoughtful, always there when she needed help, especially when she was homesick. The emotional gap between Daniel and Adewora began to widen, not because of active betrayal, but simply because of absence. Their video calls became shorter and shorter. Their laughter together now sounded forced and awkward. Until one night, after a long, painful silence, Adewora finally said, "Daniel, maybe we need a break. I don't want us to keep hurting each other with impossible expectations." The words hit Daniel like a thunderbolt. "A break? Ada, we said we'd fight through this." "I know we did, but maybe love isn't enough when life pulls us apart in different directions." That night, Daniel didn't sleep. His heart broke quietly, not from betrayal, but from the slow death of something beautiful. Chapter 5. Love on Pause. Months passed slowly, turning into 2 full years. Daniel buried himself in work, while Adewora focused completely on school. They still texted occasionally for birthdays, holidays, and random check-ins, but the relationship was never the same.
Both of them grew in different ways. Daniel became more confident and stable in his career, and Adewara matured emotionally and learned independence. However, deep down, they both carried the weight of an unfinished chapter. Then, one rainy evening, Daniel received a message that simply read, "Hey stranger, I'm back in Nigeria." It was Adewara. They agreed to meet at the same cafe near their old university, and when she walked in, time froze. She looked more graceful and more grown, and Daniel stood up, his heart pounding. Chapter 6. The Lesson. A year later, they started dating again, not as naive students, but as two people who understood what love truly meant: patience, communication, and growth. At their engagement party, Adewara said in her speech, "Distance didn't destroy us. It disciplined us. We learned that love doesn't always need constant touch, just constant trust." Everyone in the room clapped, deeply moved by their story.